Go out there and set that mag mount unit, put you a sheet or a blanket or something over top of your trunk and drop that mag mount unit down on it and hook that antenna up and talk. They can't say nothing about that antenna being on your vehicle, over. That W7 station? Yeah, okay, and where are you located? Yeah, okay, Jack. Yeah, but, John, Jack, hope you're doing well and all of that. But yeah, John, that mobile antenna. Back during the CB days. 102-inch whip. 500 watts of power. Made you a screaming demon, over.
No, it's
with 100 feet of 450 over.
now it's a little fine job.
We're talking shit, so won't you take a minute, get off the dildo and do that, over?
Do what?
You weren't listening?
No, I was doubling because I was...
Well, if you were doubling, you weren't listening to the king, okay, Joe? You're going to have to get in line. You're going to have to square your ass away. If you were doubling with me, then you weren't hearing what everyone else was hearing. So try to shut the fuck up next time, and when Ernie fucking talks, I'm fucking king.
Okay, well, this is half duplex, and
well, go ahead.
And you started rattling on that.
Go ahead. Well, Joe, you're not listening to anything. I'm telling you good advice. I'm telling you good information. I'm telling you where you can go to get the real facts. Go to your QRZ page and look up your lookup numbers, and go to my QRZ page and go to my lookup numbers. Okay. You go to those two places there, and then you come back with something educated to talk about, because basically at this point, you're just being a fucking dipshit.
Well, you see, Ernie,
Well, you see, Joe, I really don't give a shit. Okay, so listen. No, Joe, you didn't ask permission.
Well, if you look at the website there, Mike,
go look.
you pull up make a model. I don't want you to look up
You said, there's no way 100,000
everything you want to know.
listen to you, Ernie. There's no way 100,000 people would listen to you. Yet, on my QRZ, Joe,
Or Dave.
I have 160, 180, 190,000 lookups, and I've never contested a day in my life, Joe. So, go take a look at those two, and then come back when you've got something fucking intelligent to say. KF4THX, try again.
Yeah, those numbers can be set to whatever number you
I'm
want.
not listening. No, those numbers can be skewed. Listen, well, you're the main reason why we've got voter ID laws in this country, okay? So you thinking I'm sitting there hitting the refresh button or something, Joe? You're absolutely out of your fucking mind. And matter of fact, I feel dirtier and scroungier giving you all the attention that I've given you tonight. And at that point, I'm going to say good day, Shifting. KI4THX. We are done occupying you.
Well, I could see that in the 7 years that have transpired from the point where the ADO rolled into your driveway, I could see Joe Soros, Italiano. I can see that. You're still just as delusional as you were in 2017. That's unfortunate. And you probably have a decent insurance policy there where you work. You could probably go down there and get some middle name Soros.
Joe Italiano is the biggest rat on ham radio I've ever met in my life. And anybody who spent 5 minutes listening to this fat fucking piece of shit knows exactly the truth.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, you are a rat, fat fucking piece of shit. You're a worthless a human. You're a horrible American. And I mean, you know, I am about the Constitution, but if I had a vote to kick your ass out of this country, I'd do that, man. And, you know, maybe with Donald Trump being your president, I'll get that chance. Over.
Yeah, but I bet I'm a
You don't bet shit. You don't bet shit. Hey, son, listen, Joe. When people give you the tools to go look it up yourself and you refuse to, because you're just that ignorant or retarded to do that, then that's on you. That ain't on me. I'm handing you facts. I've told you the truth since we started this conversation, but you're a weasel bastard that keeps trying to go around this. Listen, I've told you everything you need to hear. Everything. I've answered every question. But everybody knows Joe Italiano is a rat piece of shit. Careful, people. I'm not implying anything. Listen, what I'm saying, I'm not implying anything. I don't pull any punches, Joe. I don't pull any punches. I don't try to, you know, make nice with people like you. There's no sense in it. There's no sense in trying to make nice with people like you because you're a civilized person. So I don't try to imply shit. I try to tell you straightforward. And Joe, it's not my problem that you're too goddamn ignorant. Okay. Who do you? All right, very good. All right, well, at least you agreed with that, okay? At least you agreed with that. Well, next time, come again with something meaningful to say. Come again with something informational. Come again and at least trying to follow the yellow fucking brick road, Joe. All you gotta do is follow the yellow brick road. You ask questions, I give answers. But you can't change the name of the game in the middle of the game show, Joe. You can't do that. I'm not gonna let you do that there.
So you still have all those weapons that you had in 2017 before the FBI showed up. You still have all those weapons and all those multiple cases of ammunition. And you're still talking with other militia groups to try to do something about those issues.
So I'm going to be on this.
Correct. That's what you stated this evening. Over.
Wow. Well, that motherfucker twists everything, isn't he? He's like the double-tongued serpent. You know, he asked earlier if I was a man of God or Christian. Now I am. But I will, you know, I'll try to turn the other cheek, but I will smack a serpent in his fucking head when it raises. And that's what Joe is. Joe is the serpent of ham radio. He twists and he lies and he tries to turn the truth and he tries to work it till his way works. But Joe, listen, man, you're literally a piece of shit. And literally, nobody likes you. And we really don't care, okay? So, say what you gotta say and move the fuck on, man. Because this is just boring at this point. I wish that guy would play some more Pink Floyd.
Oh, you're very boring.
Hell, Joe, I'm not boring. What's boring, I'm sure that the people here listening, you know, appreciated me saying the truth, because that's what it was, the truth about the questions you asked. I'm also sure the people that are listening knows that Waffle and Joe, the dipshit wop, is at it again. Over.
I'm not.
There you go.
W4AM.
I like to see you bubbling on your bottom lip, you fucking split-tongued serpent. You're literally the low-life of ham radio, and everybody knows it, and I appreciate that. At least some people stand for something. Joe Italiano don't stand for shit. Hell, he probably sits to piss. Hey, Joe, do you sit down to take a leak?
I think you said something.
I bet your mama makes you sit down to take a leak there, Joe. Over?
Well,
huh?
going
Hey, Joe, let me ask you a question. Joe, let me ask you a question. Joe, let me ask you a question. Joe, let me ask you a question.
No, I don't answer questions.
Yeah, I don't either. But, okay, well, let me make a statement. Joe, I'm glad your mother still makes you sit down to pee. Over. No, I don't answer questions. No, I don't answer questions.
You went underground.
I don't answer questions,
You
Joe.
went underground.
No, I don't answer questions, Joe. I don't answer questions, Joe. I don't answer questions. But I do know Joe Italiano sits down to pee.
Damn, Joe, you have to sit down to pee?
Get a few
I don't answer questions, Joe, but I do know Joe Italiano sits down to pee.
That I might have been the rat.
Well, I don't know. I was wondering, do you sit down when you pee?
Joe, well, everybody's known you're the rat for like 20-something years. You've had your ham radio license. Everybody knows that you are the fucking rat, and nobody has respect for you because you're absolutely full of shit.
Yeah, monkey mothers go back.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Well, yeah, in the early 1990s, driving around St. Louis looking for the best.
Hey, Joe, do you sit down when you pee?
Well, I'm just saying, Joe, that everybody knows you're the rat. Everybody knows you're the fucking rat. You've been a rat since day one. You get on radio. Everybody knows that Joe Italiano shows up. There's a fucking circus coming with him because Joe loves the fucking circus. He loves the circus because he's a fucking midget. He's a fucking midget who loves the circus. And that's what you get, Joe Italiano. You get some fucking wop-ass fucking ham radio operator.
I want to know, Joe, do you really sit down when you pee?
Well, Joe, you ain't got shit to say. I answered
Joe, do you really sit down to pee?
honestly, and to be honest with you, anybody who's listening, I don't think they've got any offense to that.
I want to know, Joe, why do you sit down and pee? You're a man. Man's supposed to stand up and pee. What's the matter, Joe?
To mention the murder of Lavoy Seneca,
Why do you sit down and pee, Joe?
and all of these things that I've witnessed in my life.
Girls sit down and pee. Why do you sit down and pee, Joe?
Now, don't answer questions, Joe. Hey, Joe, when you stopped answering questions, Joe, I stopped answering questions, Joe. When it ceased to become a conversation, Joe, then it ceased to become a conversation, Joe. So when you said you don't answer questions, Joe, I reply, I don't answer questions. So if you're willing to start answering questions, we can open dialogue again, but you're going to answer mine first.
I just want to know.
No, Joe. No. Bad boy, Joe. Bad boy. You're asking a question. Now listen, I know this is hard for you to follow. I know this train of logic is hard for you to fucking follow. But let me try to explain it to you one more time and try to wrap your head around this, okay? When you refuse to answer questions, I stopped answering your questions. So if you're wanting me to answer your questions now, then I have a question for you. Over. What is your brain on fire? Is the water in your brain boiling right now? How hard is that to understand? It's really a simple fucking statement, Joe. And I know you've got learning disabilities. I know you wore a helmet when you were a young baby. I know you rode the short bus. Listen, and I'm happy that DEI hiring is over with now. Hopefully you'll find a job making coat hangers somewhere. But listen, what we're talking about here is if you want to ask me a question, you're going to have to answer my question first there. Over. I would rather you not make coat hangers, okay? Here he goes again. His brain's fucking sizzling. It's not hard to get, Joe. It's not hard to figure out. Over.
Did you try to find out?
Joe, you're asking questions again. You're asking, do you not understand how this goes? Joe, when you said you were not answering questions, then I say I stop answering questions. And then I say, Joe, you can ask me questions again if you'll answer my question. But yet here you are, bucking the system again, talking about, listen, man, it's simple. If you're going to ask questions, I'm going to ask questions, but you're going to answer mine first. Over.
Have you ever met?
No, you're trying it again, Joe. Joe, this isn't going to work. This isn't going to work. Listen, Joe, KF4THX, listen, it's simply put, if you're going to ask questions, you're going to answer mine first. That's all. Now, be a good boy, take your whipping, and act right.
Have you ever had any affiliation?
Oh, Joe, there you are again with your bullshit. Listen, okay, buddy. All right. Well, listen, I guess I'm going to give the frequency to you, man, because, you can't argue with fucking ignorance. I mean, there comes a point in time when you really I'm just tired of beating my head on a dumb fence post such as yourself. So, I find myself better than you, smarter than you. It's been pretty much every fucking way. And because you can't abide by the simple rules of a debate, it's over, Joe. So anyway, have a good day. Good luck next time. Try again when you can figure it out. KF4THX, man. I don't know what to tell you guys. Sorry, but we all know Joe is a fucking rat. We'll see you. Bye.
Oh, do you have any evidence that I ratted you out?
No, you're a rat by person, you shit thing. Your whole fucking demeanor, everything about you is a rat. Who said anything about ratting me out? And like I give a shit, okay? Like I give a shit. But your whole demeanor is a rat bastard piece of shit. Everything about you screams rat. Over.
A demonic rat?
He is a demonic rat. He's a demonic, split-tongued, evil-ass rat. And I hope the Spirit of Jesus Christ enters him one day. I hope that he learns from his mistakes, and I hope it's not too late. I know God will forgive him on his deathbed. Joe, I hope that you give God time to work in your life, because on ham radio,
Lord, please forgive Joe for all his
a
sins.
divisive, worthless piece of shit. And that's sin on me for judging you, and I'll have to deal with God one day for calling you out like you fucking are. But that is the truth, 100%. And I'm willing to, talk with God about it. So, anyway, good luck, Joe.
Okay. You broke
Sorry, go ahead, Joe. Come again. I broke the Ten Commandments. Joe, what did Jesus die for, Joe? Hey, Joe, what did Jesus die for?
Joe,
what? No, listen. Now, hold on a minute. Hold on. We want to line this split-tongued devil out. Joe, tell me what Jesus died for. No, Joe. You're still talking. You're not listening. You're wasting too much time talking about something nobody wants to hear. So, I'm going to ask you again, and hopefully you're listening this time so I can break it down for you. Joe, what did Jesus die for? Over.
When was the last time you went to church?
Joe, what did Jesus die for?
When was the last time
Joe, what did Jesus die for? You see, that's that split-tongued piece of shit right there. He refuses to answer our sins. That's what kind of man Joe is. Joe Italiano. Everybody on 7,200 hears it just fine. Joe refuses to answer that Jesus Christ died for our sins. And there you know where Joe Italiano comes from. KI4THX.
Get yourself a stump pro power on this.
You've never gone to church.
You need a stump pro power there, Ernest.
Claim to be a Christian.
That's funny. Joe Italiano's talking shit about a person that he's only talked to a handful of times. Every time I've talked to Joe, I've handed him his ass, just like I'm doing right now. But Joe is too stupid to know. Joe is too stupid to know. You're deluding yourself. Handed to him. So Joe, again, what did Jesus die for?
I don't.
You don't fucking know because you're a serpent of the devil. That's why, Joe, because you're a piece of shit serpent of the devil who operates in the dark, and you've done nothing but terrorize people since day fucking one. So, Joe, tell me again, what did Jesus die for? don't believe in God. What did Jesus die for? How would I know? I don't believe in God. Exactly. Well, there you go, guys. Oh, shit. Well, I mean, I don't know how much more talking I need to do here. But there you go. Yeah, that explains a lot about Joe right there. Shit, in case I like this. Joe Indulgement Hour. Everybody gets to learn a little bit more about Joe, because some of these assholes only hear you come and go, you know. They hear you say some shit, and then you run off like little scared-ass rabbit you are. But I am glad that tonight on 7200, people know that you do not believe in God, you do not believe in goodness, you don't believe in the hereafter, you don't believe in a moral compass. And I appreciate you being honest with us tonight, Joe. I really am. So thank you for shooting straight down the pipe for once in your miserable, pathetic life. Over. Who is that? Last time you went to church. What if I told you last Sunday, Joe? Well, of course you wouldn't, because you don't believe in God. And if you don't believe in God, then why should it matter what the fuck you believe in? Well, I mean, right. I mean, if you don't believe in the spiritual or divinity or anything like that, if you don't believe in a moral compass, then why should I care what you believe? Over? But no, Joe. The question is, if you don't believe in any of that, then why should I care what you think about me? I think you go to church. Well, I think you're full of shit, and I don't really care. But, you know, me wasting time arguing with you is just that. You know, we're just occupying 7,200 bandwidth at this point. KF14 check. But you do need ID. Well, that might not be a bad thing. Yeah, you need ID, Joe. I already did. You don't get that. I don't think you did. But anyway, I appreciate you coming out here on 7,200, telling everybody what a rat, moralist, lying, tongue-twisting, web-spinning piece of shit you are. Because everybody needs to know it. They don't need to hear you come and go where you say a few things and they're like, oh, Joe Italiano showed up. He did his left or whatever. No, they need to hear a good, long dialogue with Joe Italiano so they can make a judgment, a serious judgment on you. And so I'm glad, Joe, that you bring that out on this frequency today, that you don't believe in God, you have zero moral compass, you're uncouth, you're 100% uncouth, and you've got no standards. So, you know, I appreciate that, Joe. You don't care if you lie or not. See, because you have no moral compass. You don't believe in anything. So, well, what would it bother me if you don't believe what I told you? What would it bother me? I mean, shit, it doesn't bother me at all. Matter of fact, I stepped in a dog turd the other day here out of my yard, and I damn near named it Joe. I mean, that's how you matter to me. You know, I come in there and I wash my shoe off, and I was like, God damn, Joe Italiano shows up again. Now, Joe, they're covering you up now. The band is changing, Joe. The band is changing, and I don't think you got enough juice there in the old kilowatt box to really make a difference. But listen, again, I'm glad that you showed your fucking face here on 7200 for all those new hands out here that were wondering who Joe Italiano is. But KI4THX, I've been around long enough to know. I'm telling everybody, I'm letting everybody know with this big ass signal, Joe, that you are a moralist, tongue-twisting serpent piece of shit. You've always been since day one. Nobody has ever liked you. Matter of fact, the only places you can go is where there's hate and discontent, because that's the only place you fucking fit in. So that's Joe Italiano for you guys. He's gonna, you know, tell you it's raining, piss down your back, and then stab you in the heart. That's Joe Italiano. And I appreciate the opportunity to uncover you today, sir. Thank you. Sounds like a Trump Oh, yeah, he's a well, sound like a bunch of goddamn moralist, godless fucktards. Hell, I've dealt with you shitbags before. Hell, next thing you know, people like you be putting that fucking trans shit in front of our kids and putting books in our schools. And matter of fact, Joe, aren't you a liberal? I'm a libertarian. I don't think so, Joe. Now, you're not a libertarian. I know what a libertarian is, and I've known you long enough to know better. Try again. I'm a libertarian. Now, you're a lying sack of shit is what you are, and it would behoove everyone who's listening on this frequency right now to pay attention to Joe Italiano and his, quote, libertarian views, and you'll figure it out pretty quick.
Ernest needs a stump broke cow. His sexual tension is getting a little too rough on him.
Figure you out. Because you're a godless, sackless, meatless piece of shit. You've always been that. There's nothing changed. The only thing that's changed is maybe you got a little more gray hair on your nutsack or something. But I guarantee you this, you're still the same Joe Italiano that you were 15, 20 years again. That same moralist piece of shit that you've always been. And hopefully, Joe, on your deathbed, you look up to God, and within your heart, you say, "Dear Lord, I was wrong. Will you please forgive me?" But Joe, I'm here to tell you, if you ain't sincere in your heart, you'll be cast upon the pits of hell. And that'll be that. That'll be the end of Joe Italiano. Really? That'll be it. Yeah, that's really very scary. That's what it is, Joe. That's what it is, Joe. Joe, that's what it is. That's really what is it. Yeah, that's it, man.
But I've never seen it.
But who gives a shit what you've seen, heard, because you're a lying sack of shit. You're a liar, Joe. You're 100% a liar. People have heard you on here for years. They've heard you lie and lie and lie and lie. That's all you do is you lie and you stir shit. Joe Italiano is a fucking rat bastard ass liar. That's all he's ever done. That's all Joe Italiano has ever done. He keys up his microphone, he opens his mouth, and he regurgitates lies. KF4THX, that's the story of Joe Italiano.
Well, you act like
Oh, poor Ernest, get yourself a stump broke cow. Get rid of some of that sexual tension.
Well, I mean, Joe, it's Joe, guys. How can I help it with Joe? He's so fucking easy to beat on. What the problem with Joe is, he's beat on, intellectual inferiors for a while. But every time somebody shows up and Joe Italiano his ass with logic and reasoning, Joe wants to get on some fucking
You're running on too many brain cells up there.
But what I've told you this afternoon was the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. It's the same truth I tell to a federal judge. It's the same truth I tell to a local judge. It's the same truth I'll tell to an immoral rat bastard, sap-sucking piece of shit like you. You know why it doesn't change, Joe? Because it's the fucking truth. So anyway, good luck in the contest, and I'm glad we had an opportunity here on 7200 this afternoon to, reveal Joe Italiano again. And I say again because it happens about every 2 years. So anyway, good luck, Joe.
I have something to say.
Good luck, Joe. You're fading out.
But I have to say,
Joe, listen, Joe, you don't have to say shit. What you do have to say is, "I'm sorry, Ernie, I'm going to be a good boy now." If you'll say that, then maybe we can get along.
no, you can try to.
No, Joe, no, I didn't hear you say, "I'm sorry, Ernie, I'm going to be a good boy now." Now, Joe, if you're going to say, "I'm sorry, Ernie, I'm going to be a good boy now and play nice," if you don't say that, Joe, then you don't really get to fucking have a comment here. But I really need you to say, "I'm sorry, Ernie, I'm going to be a good boy now." Over.
I've got more time.
You ain't gonna do it, are you, Joe? You ain't gonna do it. But I really need you to say, "I'm sorry, Ernie. I'm gonna be a good boy now." Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Ernie.
Why don't you just say, "I'm sorry, Ernie. Uncle Joe was wrong, and I've been a bad boy, and I'm gonna straighten up now because you showed me the light." Why don't you say that, Joe?
Damn, who showed you the light, Ernie?
Jesus showed me the light, and I'm trying to bring Jesus to dipshit over there, man. But he's so hard not to judge, man. He's so hard not to judge. And Oris, these are these things that I've got to talk to God about when I get there. Yeah, I drink a little, I cuss a little, I've done some wild shit in my day. But you know what I've never been there, Joe? I've never been a lying piece of shit like Joe Italiano.
Bernie Sanders is bringing Jesus.
I'm just telling you, I one thing I've never been, Joe, is a lying piece of shit just like you.
It's like a jailhouse.
I've never been a lying piece of shit just like you, Joe. Joe, you're a lying piece of shit, and that's one thing I've never been. Over.
See, I'm glad that he's into you instead of me. He was going to write a book about me, and then you come along, and so now it's all about you. I'm glad the focus has come off of me and on to Alpha Ernie.
One thing I'll never be.
Hey, Ernie, I have a question.
No, I don't.
Ernie will never listen to anybody, and he will always key up on top of everybody.
No, Joe, I'm not answering questions from lying piece of shits just like you.
He'll never listen to anyone.
No, Joe, you're still talking. You haven't said.
He'll never. Amateur radio, boys. Amateur radio.
You need to back up and be a good boy.
I would rather listen to some Waters and Gilmore than this shit.
And then come on in here like a fucking adult, okay? You can act like an adult, man. You ain't gotta act like a little rat piece of shit.
I want to hear
Act like a
some
fucking adult, Joe. And if you come in here acting like a fucking adult, I ain't got a problem with you. But you come in here like dumb shit, and I'm gonna whack-a-mole your dumb ass.
Oh, I think you're funny, Ernie.
Well, I think you're funny too, Joe, except I think you're funny and suck a dick kind of funny. Over. Yeah, I think you're real funny. I think you're real funny and
Give 'em hell, Ernie. Give 'em hell.
I'm sorry, I was keying on you there, Joe. You gotta try it again after you ask permission.
Short man.
Joe, I need you to ask permission. I'm gonna need you to do that for me.
I won't ask.
I will. Well, shit. If you ain't gonna ask permission, then I don't guess you've got nothing to say that I want to hear. Now, you better learn to act right, be a good boy. You better learn to act right, Joe, and be a good boy. And all it starts with is you just asking permission. That's all you gotta do.
About an hour. I tried to
Go ahead, Joe.
all the rules of amateur radio, but he likes to act tough on ham radio. It's really funny.
Yeah, that's really funny, Joe.
On ham radio,
I actually don't try to act tough on ham radio. I actually try to debate people the right way. But it's when people come in there like you sack of fucking dog shit, that lie and you twist and you try to turn it this way, you try to turn it that way, you try to bullshit everybody, you try to act all cool, man, you throwing in that dapper band. It's when people like you who show up who don't debate fairly, you don't debate cleanly, you don't debate with any moral compass and whatsoever. You debate like the wretched, split-tongued serpent piece of shit that you are. And when that happens, I've got no problem calling you out, Joe. No problem whatsoever. It's actually, just another day at the office here for me there. Over at Camp 4TJ.
you don't work in an office. You don't work in an office.
See, there he is again. You don't work in it off. That dipshit don't listen to shit anybody says. Joe Italiano's got an agenda, and he gets in there, and he's gonna yap. But he's got no purpose here, man. He literally has no purpose and no moral compass. So, Joe, I'm actually pretty disappointed with you. I thought you would do better. I thought you could actually hold your own in a QSO, but every time you reply, it's just some nonsense about you trying to re-steer the conversation somewhere else. You're not staying on track. You're not staying focused. You're speaking lies. You're manipulating the voice. Really, Joe, I expected better out of you. But I guess with age, all things fail, such as they are with you there, Joe. Camp 4TJ.
Well, I never expected anything out of you.
Well, of course you did, Joe. Of course you did.
No, I really didn't.
Of course you did, Joe.
You didn't have the background or the...
Oh, yeah, you did, Joe. You expected something out of me the same way that you think your name perceives yourself. Well, I am 100% happy today, and I'll be happy tomorrow, and I'll be happy the day after if you would like to come by, day after day, continuing to spank your split-tongued ass left and right.
Remember that now, Ernie don't have the background.
He doesn't. He's a short timer. He was a short timer in 2017. He got run out of here. Now he's back acting like he's a tough guy again. Now, if he came out here and just acted like a little wimp, which his behavior exhibits, then we could believe that he's lying again. He's a tough guy on ham radio. And know very well?
Well, I don't know. I was just still trying to get into understanding where and how you would know anything about Ernie's background. That's the part that got me. How would you know anything about Ernie's background, Joe?
Well,
Ernie used a stunt profile to get rid of some of that sexual tension that
He
he's
just
got.
gave us everything. You know,
He was one of 130,000 listening.
his whole history. He put out there how many AR-15s he was building that week, how many cases of ammunition.
And Joe is like, nobody was listening to you, Ernie. Nobody was listening. Nobody was listening, Joe said. You remember earlier, fellas? Joe Italiano was saying, nobody was listening to you. And here he is right now, 20 seconds ago, saying, because I was listening.
I was listening.
And something about 30,000.
You know why you were listening? Because you're a fucking simp.
My way in there, and that's
You know why you were listening? Because you're a fucking simpleton. See, that's why you were listening, because you were in beguile, you dipshit. That's exactly why you were listening. Because Ernie had something to say that was fucking interesting. Unlike you, that all you do is spew bullshit out of your mouth like some cum dumpster. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Hell, I'm ashamed for you.
your wife right now.
I'm ashamed for you. I'm ashamed for you.
Don't use that kind of language when you're talking.
What kind of language? What, talking about being ashamed for you? I really am, man. I mean, I was like, damn. I hope your mother doesn't know the person you are. Actually, I really don't, man, because you are a true rat bastard piece of shit.
You could talk to your wife with that language, but you can't.
Joe, I'm not. Listen, my wife isn't a rat bastard piece of shit, so I don't have to talk with her with that language. My wife is a child of God there. So, but when it comes to split-tongued devils like you, the old rat pieces of shit that we've got to contend with this world, yeah, I don't have any problem calling a spade a spade. I don't have any problem at all saying Joe Italiano's a worthless sack of shit. Always have been.
And I concur.
Well, I mean, you always have been. Hell, everybody knows, Joe.
Well, I was going to.
You're going to say something, but listen, I need you to pay attention how you're a worthless piece of shit. Listen, I know you're going to say something, but I need you to focus on the issue at hand, and that is you being a worthless piece of shit. Over.
Well, I wasn't upset.
Well, of course you weren't. But listen, focus.
I was upset about the.
Oh, well, just focus.
The C dumpster.
Just focus.
You called me a C dumpster.
Anybody know the word?
You prefer cum locker?
Well, I mean, hell, everybody knows that too, Joe. That's why they call this the glory hole and why you show up, over.
Crimped all my coax. Maybe I crimped it too tight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just another day for old Joe Italiano spewing his shit. But old Ernie, KF4 THX, we told him today. Yeah, we told you, motherfucker. We told you today, like we told you the other day. Everybody knows you're a worthless sack of shit. And when you come on frequency, everybody gets the popcorn out because they're amazed at the ignorance that you spew out of that cockholster such as your mouth. Over. Everybody is amazed.
You just don't have it anymore.
I don't have it. No, it sounds like I'm handing your ass pretty good. Hell, I think I've got it pretty good. Maybe you're in denial here there, Joe, but that's okay. That's okay, because a godless dick sucker like you, I wouldn't appreciate it any other way. Denial is actually where you live at. But here we're going to hand it to you straight, Joe. We're going to shoot it right down the pipe. It's just unfortunate you're too goddamn ignorant to hear the words that are coming out of my mouth. Over.
Well, I don't think you're really.
Well, I don't think you're really worth shit. So there you go. We don't think each other is something, and that blows my mind. I tell you what, tonight when I lay my head down in my bed, I'm going to lose zero iota about what whop-ass Joe Italiano got to think about Ernie here in Kentucky. I'm going to lose zero sleep. I'm going to pat my little dog on the butt, and I'm going to be snoring in about 2 minutes there. Over.
Same with Brad in Ohio.
That's what I'm going to do, Joe. I'm telling you. I'm going to worry about what you think about me about 2 seconds, and then I'm going to fart and go to bed.
Over. That's disgusting.
Well, you're disgusting. I mean, do you not hear yourself? Because if you literally could hear yourself, you'd probably be throwing up in your own mouth. Literally throwing up in your own fucking mouth. Because all you do is you regurgitate bullshit and lies. And everybody knows you're a piece of shit. Everybody knows you're a fucking liar. Everybody knows you're a fucking weasel. Everybody knows you're a fucking rat. Everybody knows Joe Italiano is a piece of shit. I promise you that. I promise you that, Joe. Your reputation precedes you, but it's not in a positive direction. Over.
And that mouth goes to church.
There you go, Joe. Well, Joe, I'm just telling you that when you open your mouth and somebody says, "There's Joe," I throw up a little. I throw up a little and I think of, like, I don't know, fucking the Swamp Thing or some shit, man. It's like, I think of dingleberries hanging out of my ass when I think of Joe Italiano. When I think of Joe Italiano, well, it's just a rough day. I try to have a better day when I think of you. Unfortunately, tonight, I'm giving you the attention you deserve because you're a narcissistic piece of shit. And we're going to make it all about you until you've had enough, Joe. Until you've had enough of your name being called on ham radio. But I promise you this, everybody on frequency knows you are a sap-sucking, lying piece of shit. KI4THX. You've always been that way for the 25 years I've known you.
1, 2, 3. I don't think you've been on ham radio. I love the Marines.
Well, I think you need to look up when I got my license back. Try to let your fingers do the walking instead of talking.
Yes, sir, it's
Joe. Hey, Joe. What is it? I don't think, or I don't.
Go ahead, Uncle Rich. You got it right away.
You know why Joe won't look it up? Because O'Earn don't talk no bullshit. That's why Joe don't look it up. Because if Joe said he looked it up and O'Earn was right, then he'd have to fucking say it. But Joe Italiano, that fucking horrible piece of shit over there, ain't got the balls in his sack to say that. I promise you that.
What do you got against
The white
immigrants?
What do you got against Ernie?
Immigrants.
What do you got against Ernie?
What do you got against immigrants?
What do you got against Ernie?
Oh, you said that you were...
No. What do you got against Ernie?
Who the hell is Ernie?
What do you have against Ernie? I told you I'm not answering any more questions until you answer mine. What do you have against Ernie?
You're losing, Joe.
No, Joe, that's not how this works. Now, I tried to explain this to you earlier. You see, this is some fucking Ferris wheel of bullshit that you got me on, and listen, it's a ride. Okay, I've got my seatbelt on, and we're going to go round and around all night long. We're going to give the people what they want to hear. So I ask you this, Joe. You answer this question, and I'll answer yours. What do you have against Ernie?
I think he has some mental issues and he needs some psychological help.
Shut up, Ernie.
I think he needs some psychological help. He's delusional. If you think for a minute...
Well, now, hold on. Now, goddamn.
The people listening to you on 75 meters back 8 years ago, you're delusional.
I'm only running 100 watts.
Probably 25 people listening. Not hundreds of thousands. Probably 25. You've got this problem.
Well, Joe, that's funny. That's funny you comment on all that because you were there, and I know you were there. Matter of fact, I know you were there. And so here Joe is, talking lies out of his own mouth that he even knows. This isn't a case of Joe refusing to go find out the information. This is literally a case of that rat bastard piece of shit, Joe Italiano, refusing to acknowledge the truth. And now he's trying to twist it. Joe, listen, man, that's what you are. I dig it. Okay, it's okay. You can be a fucking piece of shit if you want. It's no skin off my back. I'm literally going to sleep well tonight. I'm not going to think about you when I close my eyes. I'm not going to worry about you tomorrow morning, before I go to work. I'm not going to turn on my radio, the 7200, and hope that I can hear Joe in there so I can give him one more piece of my mind. I'm not going to do that, Joe. But what I am going to do is I'm going to continue to thoroughly hand you your lying, rat bastard, split-tongued ass, 7200 tonight, and I do not have a problem with that. KF4THX. So I answered, you answered my question. I think you had a question for me, right?
Hallelujah.
Well, no, I thought you had a question. You see, Joe, you don't fucking follow any rules. I mean, that's literal. And it's a shame you got kicked out of high school. You got your GED, barely, by the way. You barely got your fucking GED. It's a shame that all that shit you talk about is utter bullshit. But here tonight, we're going to stick to the facts, Joe. So if you want to argue something that we can fact check. Argue something. Make a stance somewhere in the sand there, Joe, so we can fact check. And I mean the listeners can fact check. Because I've been on the air for over 25 years, and I've known you for at least 20 years. And ever since I've known you, you've always been a piece of shit. Ever since I've known you, everyone who knows you says you're a piece of shit. I've never heard a good thing said about you, not once. And as God is my witness as a Christian man, that is the truth. I've never heard a good thing said about Joe Italiano once. Never. In 25 years of being licensed, Joe Italiano and good person have never coexisted in the same sentence. And I'm glad that everybody here on 7200 has an opportunity to hear it. And we've got the duty cycle to make it happen. So, anyway, Joe, I don't know where you're going with this, but we will follow right along there and keep stating the facts, not hypothetical idioms there like you're spitting out. We're just gonna let her loose, man. We're gonna speak the truth, and the name Jesus Christ is just gonna spank your ass. So go ahead.
No, if you were truly religious, you wouldn't have just said that.
Well, like I said, man, Jesus had to die for something. What did Jesus die for, Joe?
He probably got a disease, and he probably fell over.
Exactly. You see, and remember, fellas, we were back here about 30 minutes ago when Joe refused to answer what Jesus died for. So, he's going to say Jesus died of some disease or some shit like that. So, anyway, I hope everybody listening there gets a good copy on Joe's opinion of spirituality, because that's exactly where he comes from. Zero.
Oh, you don't go to church.
I told you I went to church last Sunday. Joe. So, I told you that, but you weren't listening. See, you weren't listening. You were on your own split-tongued evil diatribe. And I pray to Jesus that you find yourself one day. I pray to God that you figure it out one day, man, and you come at peace with yourself. I pray to God that you stop harassing people daily because you've got a pathetic life. I pray to God that something in your life happens to where you can overcome this adversity. I don't know if your mama didn't beat it out of you. I don't think your daddy was around. I don't think your daddy was around at all. Matter of fact, I'd probably put money on you coming from a fatherless home just by the way you talk. Is that correct, Joe?
Yeah, he got shot.
Yeah, exactly. He got shot. Well, hey, listen, I feel bad for your father, and I feel bad for you, but you are a circumstance of those situations. And Joe, it is clear to see, and I hope you find something one day, man, that gives you peace. Maybe you find you another father figure or something. I mean, maybe look up to the president. Hey, try to look up to Donald Trump, man. That's what you should do. You should look up to Donald Trump as your role model, and maybe you'll turn your life around. Hey, here's for the best, girl.
Why would I look up to a convicted felon?
Well, because your father got shot at a young age, and you turned out to be a piece of shit, and Trump got shot at, but God was looking out for him. So, I would lean more on Trump than I would your father. Over?
Yeah, but he's got 34 felonies.
Well, I'm just saying. Oh, no, he's not convicted of any of that, Joe. See, here you are spewing shit again. Are we talking about civil court or what?
Oh, we're talking about criminal action.
Well, we're talking about civil court there, Joe. Joe, if you're talking about criminal actions, I'm not familiar with that case, but I am familiar with the civil court issues there. Over.
Yeah, he's got a civil case where he had to pay that woman
Oh, a civil case.
for doing all that stuff.
Oh, civil case. Oh, okay. Yeah, the civil case. Yeah, okay. So he's not a convicted felon.
Yes, he is.
Oh, is he? Joe, is Donald Trump a convicted felon?
Yeah.
Donald Trump is a convicted felon.
Yeah.
You think so?
Well, I mean, it might have been a kangaroo court. It might have been a bunch of bullshit.
I'll be damned. Well, Joe, at this point, I knew I was wasting my breath on you earlier, but now I'm just like, I mean, man, you've let all the wind out of my sails. There's no possibility for any kind of educated conversation here. You're spewing bullshit propaganda that's not even true. I was hoping for the best here, but then again, you let everybody on the frequency know that you actually are a toothless fucking tiger. KF4THX, this is a shame.
Well, Donald Trump was in a criminal court.
It's a fucking shame. You know, Joe, you might have had some teeth in your fucking mouth if you wouldn't have come out with that bullshit, but when you come out with that, everybody knows, everybody who's got a little Google foo in them can look up some shit. Everybody knows that, you are exactly what I've been saying you are. So, anyway, there you go, fellas. That's Joe Italiano. There you go.
The short bus entertainer.
Yep.
I mean, you're not very
fucking short bus Joe.
Did you get past high school?
Oh, short bus Joe with the old star helmet on, talking about I peed in the pool, Mom.
What's that? You don't understand the most basic things.
No, Joe, you're not going to sit here and tell me about what I understand and what I don't, because obviously it's been you not understanding since this QSO began. It's literally been you not understanding. So I don't think you're in a legitimate place to say that I don't understand anything.
No, you do not understand.
Over.
If you think...
No.
Where he was convicted
Joe.
counts.
Joe, it was a civil court. Joe, all I'm asking you is Donald Trump a convicted felon?
Yes.
He is.
Yes.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. So everybody knows. Everybody go do their Google foo, and there you go. Fact check Joe. Over.
Well, if you don't know that, we're having...
Well, I mean, shit, Joe, if you think that, then you're way out of your league in this conversation with me, and that is fucking depressing.
No, I like it. Let him be. He's always out of his league anyway.
Joe, listen, if you think that, then you are way out of your league in this conversation, and I am now depressed. It's unfortunate.
Well, do you mean that you...
No. Now, is Donald Trump a fucking felon, Joe?
Yes, he's a convicted felon in the state of New York.
Wow. Okay, buddy. Okay. Well, good luck, bud.
You may disagree with the court. You may disagree with the jury. You may disagree with why they brought charges.
All I'm saying is I wish everyone listening right now would look up, is Donald Trump a convicted felon? Is Donald Trump a convicted felon? So while Joe is on his bullshit diatribe, why don't everybody listening just Google it up? Is Donald Trump a convicted felon? And there we go. So anyway... Sorry, Joe.
Why did you think it was a
Joe? Now, Joe, is Donald Trump a convicted felon? Joe, is Donald Trump a convicted felon?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
There you go. Donald Trump said he grabs them by the you-know-what.
Wow, that's a felony. Wow.
Well, that's assault. That's assault, brother.
Nah, brother. So Donald Trump is a convicted felon. Is that what you're saying?
No, he said he could grab them by the unit.
Well, hold on a minute now. I'm not talking about... But you're saying Donald Trump is a convicted felon, right?
I am, yes.
Okay, thank you.
What if you and your wife...
No. That's all we need out of you, Joe. I mean, anything more is just like, some Art Bell shit or something. I mean, anything more, and we're talking about Sasquatches and aliens and, the Anakai and shit. We're talking about the pyramids and shit. Anything more you've got to add to this conversation, Joe, is literally bullshit. So, I don't know. What do you want to talk about? The Anunnaki or something?
I want to talk about why.
No, I don't think you want to talk about anything that's true. I don't think you want to talk about anything that's fucking fruitful and true, KF4THX. That's not what you want to talk about. You want to talk about bullshit. So, alright, if we're going to talk about bullshit, let's talk about real bullshit. Let's not talk about the bullshit that Joe Italiano has inside his head when he has fever dreams. Over.
I haven't had fever in a long time.
Well, shit, every night's probably a fever dream for you, Joe. You gotta sound like it. But listen, if Trump is a convicted felon, then we need to talk about Anunnaki. We need to talk about, we need to talk about some Randall Carlson shit. We need to talk about some Art Bell shit. We need to talk about some Graham Hancock shit. We need to talk about some Michio Kaku shit. You probably don't know none of those names, which doesn't surprise me, because you are of a low intelligence. So, but if you're going to bring that shit up, then we've got to talk about Bigfoot. We got to talk about Area 51. We got to talk about Roswell. We got to talk about all kind of other shit, because facts is something that you don't live in. KF4THX.
What did the FBI ask you?
Listen, we're talking about facts, Joe. Can you kind of get back on track, buddy? Let's just keep it focused. You're all over the place, man. And to be honest with you, herding you is like trying to herd fucking cats, because you're so disconnected. You're so discombobulated, man. You're like from the left to the right to the up to the down. Follow me here. Listen, Joe. The same thing that your mama beat your ass about is the same thing that I've been beating your ass about tonight. You've got to focus, and you've got to remain concentrated on one subject. Your ADHD ain't going to give you a fruitful ham radio prophecy here. You need to focus that shit back down, man. Focus it back now. So let's talk about the pyramids. Over. Yeah, vaginal fungus. I'm sure Joe don't, since he's a fag. Joe don't know shit about vaginal fungus since he pisses sitting down.
Did you lie to the FBI?
Well, it's probably better if it's white. But with a little green tint, you get those extra flavors.
Did you lie to the FBI? Did you lie to the FBI, Ernie?
What's that, Joe?
Did you lie to the FBI back in 2017?
Hey, Joe, what did Jesus die for?
He got a disease.
Oh, okay.
Did you lie to the FBI when they came to your house at 4:30 in the morning?
I told them I was a Teletubby.
Did you lie to the FBI?
I told them I was a Teletubby. What did Jesus die for?
That's a lie.
Yeah, exactly. See, what was on there? You want to talk shit or what? Yeah, I told them I was a Teletubby. So, who did Jesus die for?
Jesus is a lie.
Exactly, Joe.
Did you lie to the FBI?
I told him I was a Teletubby. Who did Jesus die for?
Did you lie to him? He said he's a Teletubby.
I told him. I tried to tell him. I told him I was a Teletubby.
You're all recorded.
I told him I was a Teletubby, and they let me go because they thought I was a liberal.
AC1DD, you're on a recorded line. Let's hear the truth.
Joe, you want to hear the truth? Joe Italiano is a piece of shit. Everybody who's ever heard his name or his call knows that. Everyone who's ever been cursed with the sound of his voice on frequency knows that Joe Italiano is the most worthless, vile, piece of shit ham operator, short of a few other names we're not going to bring up here, but just barely short of those names. Other than that, We get what we get here on 7200, and I am a teletuck.
You're a piece of shit.
Just telling you, Joe. I'm just telling you, Joe.
Have you been drinking?
Oh my God, there's always an attack, you know.
Hello, YouTube. It's Luke Ted Cruz, here to tell you about a revolutionary new health supplement.
Sasquatch is here. There you go.
Bill Muscle. Introducing Trump's Tiny White Balls.
Hey, Joe, Sasquatch showed up. You can stop being such a bitch now. There you go, Joe, the Sasquatch is here. Stop being a bitch.
To ensure smooth release delivery of the powerful protein.
Everyone who ever served Joe Italiano, name or call, knows that that son of a bitch is a piece of shit. Anyway, so the new game's on 7200. Get the kick out of, the rubber superhero radio. If you ever hear Joe Italiano on YouTube being alive, and you are dealing with the godless
I do find them a little firm and touchy. I disagree. So what I do is I roll Trump.
I disagree. Well, of course you would, Joe, because you're fucking stupid. Of course you disagree. Hell. Who would guess that you wouldn't disagree?